Nobody expected the night's headline to read, Elon Musk booted from Kimmel's set after on-air blow-up. Not even Elon. It started like any other late-night talk show. Bright lights, easy laughs, and the familiar banter that makes the world feel just a little less heavy for half an hour. Jimmy Kimmel had teased the episode all week. A candid sit-down with the world's most unpredictable billionaire. A man who could send a car into space one day and post a bewildering meme the next. The audience was electric. Phones ready. The producer counting down. And then, Elon walked out. At first, it was charming. A few jokes about Mars. A light jab about electric trucks. But as the minutes ticked by, something shifted. Elon, known for his odd humor and unapologetic opinions, seemed tense. His usual smirk tightened. His answers clipped. Then Jimmy, in the way only late-night hosts can, poked at a tender spot. So, Elon, Jimmy grinned. With all your billions, spaceships, and underground tunnels, do you ever just, help someone across the street? The audience laughed. A simple joke. But Elon didn't. He paused, leaned forward, and in a moment that felt like the world holding its breath, he said, voice sharp, "Do you ever think maybe you're the problem, Jimmy? Sitting here, mocking people while pretending to care." The laughter died. The room went cold. Producers waved from off-camera, desperate to cut to commercial. But Elon kept going. A messy, raw, unscripted rant about hypocrisy, performative kindness, and how the world was burning while people debated hashtags and canceled each other for sport. By the time security escorted him off stage, the internet was ablaze. Memes. Outrage. Think pieces. The kind of public spectacle people live for, or live to condemn. But here's where the story turns. What no one knew was that, 2 hours later, on a dimly lit street in downtown LA, Elon, no entourage, no cameras, sat on a cold curb beside a man named Jonah. Jonah was 53, a former construction worker with kind eyes and a worn Dodgers cap. Life had knocked him down more times than he could count. A work injury, a lost home, a brother gone to cancer. He'd been invisible to most. But that night, to a billionaire in a crumpled suit and smeared makeup from studio lights, Jonah was the only human who mattered. Elon offered him a sandwich he'd grabbed from a corner shop. No fanfare, no tweets. They talked for hours. About regret, about loneliness, about the strange emptiness of having everything and nothing at once. Jonah shared stories of the people who'd shown him small kindnesses. A teenage girl who gave him a scarf one winter, a bus driver who let him ride for free, a coffee shop worker who slipped him a pastry when no one was looking. And then Jonah said something that would haunt Elon for years. "You know what saves a man?" he asked softly. "Not money, not fame. A hand on your shoulder when you think you've disappeared." That night, for the first time in decades, Elon walked barefoot through the city, left his car, gave away his watch. He even bought a motel room for a single mother and her son he met at a bus stop. Not because it would fix the world, but because it was what he could do. Right then, news of the Kimmel blow-up dominated headlines for days. But no one reported on the man who slept indoors for the first time in months, or the mother who wept with gratitude in a motel parking lot, or the billionaire who, for once, stayed off Twitter. Weeks later, Jimmy Kimmel told the story on air. Not the rant, not the scandal, but what happened after. How he'd received an anonymous letter with a single line. "We're all just walking each other home." The world softened, if only for a moment. And maybe that's the point. Because kindness isn't always loud. It doesn't trend. It's the quiet mercy of seeing someone. Of a sandwich on a cold night. Of remembering that, beneath the noise, we're all trying to matter. And while billionaires and talk show hosts argue under studio lights, the real battles, the ones that save us, are fought on street corners, in whispered prayers, and in small, defiant acts of compassion. So tonight, be kind. Not for the likes, not for the cameras, but because somewhere, someone's waiting for a hand on their shoulder.